governing a new nation. Government by the states. The states established their way of government through state constitutions. While the independence movement was at its peak, each state wrote their constitution. They wrote cautious in giving power to the governors. Instead, they gave power to people's legislatures. The governor had only executive power. They allowed more people to vote. Voting was still limited to white males who owned property. The women and the African Americans remained banned from their right to vote in almost all of the states. Some states included individual rights such as freedom of press, right to a fair trial by jury, banning of cruelty punishments, and freedom of religion. The Articles of Confederation. While the states were writing their constitutions, the Congress created a document for the nation as a whole. It was called the Articles of Confederation. The Continental Congress wrote a government structure document called the Articles of Confederation. This document was passed in 1777. Instead of having the three branches of government as those of most states, the government had just one branch. There was no executive power and no system of national courts, and it had limited powers. In order to avoid the problems the colonies had faced, the new nation limited the power of the central government. Most of the people remained with the states. The central government could not regulate trade or collect taxes. It had to ask the states for the money it needed. The Articles did give the government some powers to deal with the foreign trade and Native Americans. It could make laws, declare war, and borrow money. It had no power to enforce the laws it made. Colonization of the West. The states waived their claims over Western territories and turned them to the national government. In 1781, the states approved the Articles of Confederation. Once all the disputing states waived their claims over Western territories, these lands were turned to the national government, and the government was able to make more income. The government created the Land Ordinance of 1785 in order to sell the western lands and build new settlements. The Northwest Ordinance 1787 accomplished the creation of new states. The ordinance guaranteed basic rights for settlers and banned slavery in the new lands. It set a process to settle a territory and then a state based on population figures. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin were created in this way. Growing problems. The Articles of Confederation did not grant the national government enough power. This situation led to many problems. Under the Articles of Confederation, the United States achieved its independence, negotiated with Great Britain, and expanded westward. However, its limitations soon caused more problems. Economic problems. The states set taxes to other states' imports, thus discouraging domestic trade. The central government did not have the power to tax. There was not enough money to run the government. Foreign affairs. As the United States seemed to become weak, powerful nations viewed it with scorn. The British stayed in their forts. Spain refused to let them enter New Orleans. Shays' Rebellion in August 1786 Due to the Depression, 1,000 farmers from Massachusetts, led by Daniel Shays, rebelled against the government. The rebellion was appeased, but the need for a stronger central government was evident.